is asking about making zikr after Fajr prayer in congregation. I'm pretty sure he's not talking about khitam al-salah. Otherwise he would have mentioned the 5 daily prayers, but he specified after Fajr prayer. And we see this very common in many masajid. It depends on the purpose and the intent behind this action. Sometimes to educate the people that there's something called the morning adhkar, and you would like to recite it for them so that they repeat after you until they learn and memorize it. Or right before the halqa for learning the Quran, so everybody is saying their adhkar on their own while we're sitting in the halqa. All of that, these are all different forms where the dhikr in this condition will be legal and allowed. But when we deliberately gather to make the adhkar in congregation, we recite it all together like we are in a party, we say to this practice, stop, wait a minute. This dhikr is a ibadah? Yes. This ibadah is prescribed by the Prophet ﷺ? Yes. How? The how is an important question, as important as whether the dhikr is prescribed or not. So the number, the time, the place, and how. So the Prophet ﷺ encouraged us, and in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us to remember him in the morning and in the evening. Many ahadith in which we call it adhkar al-sabah and adhkar al-masa, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned the virtues of saying this dhikr, this supplication in the morning, and if you say it in the evening. And some of these adhkar, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned that if you repeat it 3 times, you will get this, or you will be protected from that. And some other adhkar 4 times. So when the dhikr is attached to a number, a time or a place, then we have to stick to that. Follow and do not innovate. Then we see how the Prophet ﷺ did it when Abdullah ibn Mas'ud entered upon some people who were making dhikr, where somebody would say, Sabbihu 100 times, so they follow him. Hamidu 100 times. It's good. But he objected to that because he said, you are opening a door of bid'ah, because the Prophet ﷺ did not do that. You can do the general dhikr as many times and as long as you want without restriction. But when you limit it to a certain number, or you have a specific halqa for that, you instruct people to do or not to do, then you are making a new prescription for the dhikr, which was originally allowed and prescribed, but he added something to do it, which took it from the sunnah into the bid'ah. So if the person is doing this dhikr in congregation in order to teach people for a while, that is permissible. If we're sitting in the halqa and each person is making the dhikr on their own, that is permissible. If the shaykh is making the dhikr and people repeating after him in order to learn it, that is permissible. But together we make the dhikr in jama'ah and congregation, this is a form of innovation. Wallahu a'lam.